talking like a good time after it said now broadcasting. So I said, "Hello, ladies and gentle Xanders." But all that came out was "Ander." That was the start. The stream just
And
started with "Ander," and it was like, "What the fuck? Are you promoting Andor now?" Oh, that said, I've
I
gone.
actually thought Andor was really good. Oh
I,
wait, did you see it or not?
no, I've gone on the record saying I could not care less about Star Wars at this point. That said, I do kind of want to check out the last couple episodes of Mandalorian
Oh, what for
because
particularly?
you can't get away from the cute baby Yoda shit in that robot, and I kind of want to see that. To be fair,
Yeah.
so that's my that might be my only kind of I might just dip my toe back into the Star Wars
Yeah.
content again.
Just for the Baby Yoda stuff.
Just for the Baby Yoda stuff. It made me watch and then regret watching the last couple episodes of Boba Fett. So, or no, the last episode of Boba. Like, I watched an early episode, found out that like, oh, this compilation of Baby Yoda turning up and stuff was like the Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian turning up and stuff was actually like like a minute of each episode, and I was like, fuck this. So I found a compilation on YouTube, watched all that, and then was like, okay, and now this is all from the last episode. Fine, I'll watch the last
Mm.
episode, and I was like, Jesus, this is not good. Any idea what suit we used last time? Was it Bat? It was Batfleck. So that means it's got to be a suit from this line. You've got Batman Inc. with his weird little fork gloves and codpiece. His ball protector.
Somehow Scarecrow died.
Ah, you found the stream.
Yep, found it at last. Yeah, you're right. Fork gloves.
The iconic grey and black. Although I think we might use that. We've used Arkham Origins. So it's either blue, 1970s.
Oh, I sent the tier list over, by the way,
I
just
just
now.
saw the notification.
Nice.
It's gonna be
Gray
me.
and blue. Gray and blue. Gray and blue.
Do 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 do. Wait, has your mum seen Morbius?
Apparently so.
Fucking hell! Oh, so
Yeah, I forgot to warn you that she has some really spicy takes.
yeah. I don't know if you saw my dad's one. It's the of the set I sent. It's the no, that was mine. Okay, it's the first
Uh,
one. It's the first one of
it's the
the.
first one that's, oh, yeah, pretty good, okay, not my favourite,
It's
didn't
supposed to
really
be.
see
Oh,
that.
come on, Bradley. You've got to pronounce it right. It's oh
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's the quote from Rocket. It's the quote from Rocket Raccoon in the first Guardians, isn't it?
Ah, that explains that.
It's the oh yeah, and then he screams, spinning in a circle, shooting the gun. That's what that's a reference to.
Yes.
But the fact that he had real trouble getting out of that middle ground where it's just like fucking stacked with so many like mids, and the
Yeah.
difference between okay and not my favorite was very difficult to quantify. So it's like literally, yeah, his only spicy taste I think would be the denied, but not in the like his weird choices.
Bro, he denied flipping Shang-Chi! No!
Yeah,
Not my boy Shang-Chi!
and Doctor Strange, and then he was like very highly ranked on fucking the Tobey Maguires, which I was not expecting.
Yeah, he took two of the
And he
three.
put fucking Infinity War and Endgame in not my favorite,
Oof!
which is just
But they're so good!
I know. Like my mum put fucking Infinity War at shit hot. I don't know what he's on about. Christ. But I mean, at least he got the top four right. The top four featured in
Punisher, Iron Man, Guardians, and Daredevil. Yeah, that is pretty based.
Wait, you haven't got Guardians in your top one.
Uh oh yeah, so I don't.
What the fuck, Bradley?
Maybe I was just feeling angry at Chris Pratt.
Redo your list right now.
Right now, damn. Okay.
Oh fuck.
I mean, I guess that's kind of unfair considering the movie has more actors in it than Chris
Yeah.
Pratt.
Should we do the 1970s suit with the
Yeah, yeah, go.
1970s
Yeah.
Batmobile? Got it. It's
That
all
sounds
seamless.
very sensible, yeah.
It's all seamless, man. Oh yeah, I'll
Yes.
show you the
That's water.
I don't suppose you've had a you probably wouldn't have seen my stupid description of what happened. Oh, he's gone. He's gone to get water. He's left me behind again. He's abandoned me. I'm so alone. There's no one here beside me. My friends have all gone. There's no one beside me. I don't know the lyrics very well. But you gotta have friends.
Oh, hello, I'm back.
I just did a very bad rendition of Donkey's song from Shrek.
Okay, I've got my water now.
I could tell. I will survive. Yeah, so I'm just showing you the nightmare
Okay.
the nightmare Batmobile from the blocked scene at the end of the game that you won't be able to see.
It's rather loud, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you can guess who's driving it.
Yeah, I guess you can.
But
the teeth! Oh my god!
But you can't even fucking use it. You can never actually
in
use
normal
it.
gameplay?
Nope.
It won't let you use it!
No. You can't even use it in the challenge maps because
Oh my, why?
I don't think so. Anyway, hang on, let me. Oh wait, hang on.
Why make something and then make it unavailable?
Oh no, no, because it's just a skin. So yeah,
it's certainly a decision that was made.
It's certainly a decision. Yeah, so you can't, and the reasoning is that you're not hallucinating anymore.
Hallucinating.
So yeah, that's it. That's that. So, but you've still got that link for the last bit, don't you?
For the last bit. Oh, the last bit of
the game.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch that, or do you not really care? I mean, does it matter?
How long is it?
It's about half an hour. I did it in half an hour.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna eat quite a bit of chat time, I guess. It's up to you. I'm quite happy to just, because you'll be reacting to stuff.
Yeah, speaking of Batman, I have seen 2 of those Batman films so far.
Oh yes, so for context, I got Bradley homework and called it a present because I'm insane.
I mean, it's quite the opposite, considering that the package said homework on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been given as homework 6 Batman animated films to watch and peruse.
Was it only 6? I thought I said 7. Where's that last one gone? No, that's a joke. No, that's a joke.
Okay.
I think it's a joke.
I think. Well, actually, it must be because you said you listed an order, and there were 6 in the order that you wanted me to watch them in. That was the order you wanted me to watch them in, right? It wasn't a tier list or anything. Okay.
No. It was the order because it's basically going chronologically logically.
Okay.
So it's
okay. That's cool. Yeah.
even though like the Hush movie is actually based on a story that came before Damien existed in the comics, but because they adapted stories from the New 52 into the early Damien films, and then decided to do Hush after it. Damien's been around from, yeah. It's it's funny.
Yeah. So that means. Oh, and I managed to convince my little brother to watch them with me.
I thought you were going to say you convinced your mum, and I was like, but she hates animated films, and I like that story arc is still strong. Your mum hasn't had any animation film related character development as of yet.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day I'll be able to complete that arc.
Maybe one day she'll watch Arcane.
Yes. So yeah, we've seen the first two so far, which in the list that was given there is Batman Year One and Batman Under the Red Hood.
Good. So yeah, do you kind of see what they were trying to do in this film, in this game?
Yeah. When I saw that, we were both like, "Hey, hold on a sec."
This is basic, Arkham Knight basically just rips off a much better story. FYI,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is one of those times where the film is much better than the comic it's based on as well.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I watched the film Under the Red Hood, and I was like, that's fucking cool. And then I read the book Under the Hood, and it was like, Jesus, they bloated this somehow. And yeah, there's a whole like side quest that Batman decides to go on while Red Hood's still terrorizing Gotham and some of his allies. Because Batman's so in denial that Jason could possibly be back, that he goes to talk to Superman and Green Arrow and a load of other heroes who came back to life about how if it's possible for them to come back to life. And it's like, well, you think?
I think once would be enough for me.
Meanwhile, Jason's stabbing one of Bruce's vigilante buddies in the shoulder.
Oh, crap.
And I think he beats the shit out of Tim Drake as well at some point, but that's not part of that story that I haven't read that part of it, but I know it is after he comes back.
Yes.
So
when we watched, so we watched Year One first, of course.
yes.
And I'm not sure how, I'm just gonna say everything we said about it. I don't know if it's a bad take, don't know if it's spicy, don't know if anything, but our first thing we said to each other after it finished was like, well, that was a Jim Gordon movie featuring Batman, yeah?
Is that a bad thing?
I guess it's not a bad thing.
Ah, fuck. Oh, I'm dead.
Something I felt like, and
Well, I mean, at the time when the story was written, Jim Gordon was kind of like a side character and a bit of a joke, so...
so that fleshed him out a bit more and gave him
Yeah,
some
I mean,
presence.
also,
That's good.
the Year One book was also the first time that the Batman origin was clearly defined. It was very wishy-washy up to that point.
Is the book clearer in that regard?
What do you mean?
I mean that him and I felt that it didn't origin Batman enough.
No, I mean Pearl's alleyway, Joe Chill, they were implied but not an actual thing.
Oh.
It was...
Wow.
Yeah, so all of that classic stuff that you've seen in every film came from Year One.
Okay. Oh.
So when I say
okay.
the origin came, was Year One really impacted Jim Gordon and Batman's origin, I mean, yeah, it was all very...
Okay, now I get it. Okay. Whoa. Wow.
So,
I'm at a loss for words here. actually.
And also they possibly removed some kind of. I mean, also when you're talking, because when you're reading it, it's reading it for the first time as opposed to fuck. What am I trying to say?
Reading it from the first time as
Well,
opposed to...
when you think about audiences reading that for the first time, they were like, "Oh, so that's what happened."
Yeah.
While watching it as an animated movie that came out after the '89 movie, and possibly even the first, it was after Batman Begins. So think of how many times general audiences would have watched Batman's parents walk into an alley and get shot by that point. They possibly they just they made it more of a image and motif kind of flashback in this movie.
God, I actually honestly thought that was that sequence, the pearls, the alleyway. I thought that was something that was in it from the word go.
No.
To find out that that every time you're watching that it's a reference to Year One is just absolutely blowing my mind.
Well, it's like, I think it was all show don't tell. Oh no, it was all told. I mean, the Batmobile used to be just a red sports car.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and Alfred was like a kind of it was a comedy character, like a fat bumbling like kind of I
he's
guess
taken a lot more seriously these days, isn't he? He's
what almost kind of Watson to Holmes. In the early adaptations of Sherlock Holmes, Watson was a bit of a pantomime fat joke in the original Basil Rathbone films.
That is true, yeah.
And that was around the same time the Batman comics were coming out, so, Detective Comics, Batman had a fat bumbly butler.
Yeah.
Who didn't know that his the wards that he looked after, Bruce and Dick Grayson, were superhero crime fighters.
Wow.
Batman and Robin.
That is bumbling.
So, it was all just a lot less defined, because that wasn't the point of the stories at that point.
Yes. Also, the other thing was, and then this was something that really surprised us, is the rating. It was a 12, right?
Yes.
12, and we just kept getting shocked again and again at how dark it was for a 12. And how many mature themes were being brought up in this 12. And we kept thinking, would you show this to a 12-year-old? No!
I mean, 12's quite reasonable, I think. I don't think there's anything that bad in that movie, to be honest. I mean, it is a little bit funny that Frank Miller can't go one fucking book without having a prostitute main character. And so thanks for retconning Selena Kyle as a prostitute, Frank. And this was before he went crazy about 9/11 as well.
Gee, what? Okay. That's a whole other can of worms, I feel.
Yeah, he he was writing the sequel to The Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
And oh, fuck off. Damn it. I was one shot from death and I only had 2 left. Fuckers. Fuck. I can't remember what he was writing. Watchmen was Alan Moore. What did he fucking write? He totally lost the plot though. He was like a relatively normal, if a bit weird writer, and then 9/11 happened and he basically started The Dark Knight Strikes Again and made it really political and like really anti, well, basically anyone who's not American.
I see.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but okay, it was like more anti the Middle East. Like in general.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And kind of went, and then also wrote All-Star Batman and Robin, where he called Robin, as a child who just lost his parents, the Arsler, said, don't you know who I am? I'm the goddamn Batman, and made him eat rats in the Batcave.
What? What? Sorry, huh? Can you repeat that? Because I must have heard some of it wrong.
Which bits do you think?
He called him the Arsler.
Yes.
And made him... Okay, made him eat rats in the Batcave. I'm fairly sure I heard that right, but what the hell is an Arsler?
The R, as in the letter R, slur.
Oh, I was hearing it as Arsler, like A-R-S-E.
No, he wasn't calling Robin Arsenal.
That's British! that's a British term, what was it? Oh, okay, so you could... I see. That's pretty bad. Why though? Why would Bruce do that?
Because Frank Miller was writing him.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And Frank Miller had lost the plot.
Okay, he's definitely lost the plot. He's having Batman say and do that. I mean,
shit.
I'm not going to claim to be like
fuck.
the world's most knowledgeable Batman scholar, but that sounds pretty out of character to me.
I think the Year One book is really good, and the Year One film is like a really good adaptation. If a bit quick, the way it goes through the seasons is really quick. But I think I watched the film first and the book, and I still think it's a really good film. I mean, maybe if you are expecting a bit more Batman, then sure, but I mean, Jim Gunn is a fucking important character, and if you're going to get Bryan Cranston to play him...
Yeah, he was great in it.
I love what he does to Flash.
Yeah, that was insane.
He's like, well, he's going to need a handicap, hands him a fucking baseball bat, and then beats the shit out of him with his bare fists.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this man, like, seen as, so much lesser than Batman?
Because no one ever gives him the spotlight.
Until he was Batman for a while, and it was fucking cool. Except they hid him in a mech suit, and then totally fucked up the second arc of him as Batman.
Shame.
Although the funniest thing was that he had to shave his mustache, and loads of people couldn't recognise him, and Barbara stopped talking to him.
Moustache is pretty iconic. Barbara stopped talking to him because of the moustache, or because he was Batman?
No, because he shaved.
Moustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
He literally arrived at the door one day to her place in Burnside, and she said, "It's really nice to see you, Dad, but put the mustache back on."
I mean, that moustache is pretty iconic. Part of his what would you say, the silhouette? Not that, like,
fuck,
moustaches show up on silhouettes, but you know what I mean.
I hate this so much. I was so close the first time I did it. Anyway, move on.
Yes, yeah, might as well move on to Red Hood, Under the Red Hood. And, oh yeah, one quick thing between these is that, and it's pretty obvious, but they're so well animated. Got the fight choreography in, you were mentioning the bit where he beats up Flash.
Yeah.
The animation in that fight was just flipping top notch. And of course that carries over to the fights in Under the Red Hood as well. That it's all very well animated and yeah, very well animated. But moving on to
Well, that's not going to work.
story. I have to say, you know, kicking that movie off with you know, Jason Todd and his subsequent torture and execution.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty harsh start.
It was also a lot more benefited a lot from removing his mum from that scene. In the comics, his mum gives him up to the Joker.
Oh right, okay.
Which
God,
makes
I
it
thought you were
a
about
bit
to say
more.
she was forced to watch or something.
No, it was a bit.
God, that's crazy.
It was a bit more tragic because A, he'd been given up and then he couldn't save her, and he felt like a failure because he couldn't save her while also dying. But
yeah. So I knew that John DiMaggio was voicing Joker, and I was thinking,
oh
that is
fuck!
a bizarre choice for Joker.
But
Then I heard him, and wow, he really sold Joker. Like this is, and his take on Joker is just such a
it's
sinister.
one of my favourites. He fucking nailed that.
Yeah, I mean, I was there's just he's so sadistic about it, and it just, you know.
You know what's really sad about the Under the Hood Under the Hood book. So I'm going to differentiate them by calling the movie Under the Red Hood and the book Under the Hood, because that's what in the book. It didn't start because obviously the Jason's death happened much earlier in the Death of the Family's book. So Under the Hood, it's just like, oh, this guy's just shown up on the scene and he started doing basically what Jason does, you know, filling a bag with mobsters' right-hand men. Of course, but about halfway through the book, Red Hood just finds Joker, basically just like, I think he's drunk, but he's just standing there, he's like laying down, and not standing there, he's just laying on the ground, being very sad, and Joker. And Red Hood just beats him with a crowbar, and I think that's the last time we see Joker in the Under the Hood story. The film is all about Joker and the fact that Bruce didn't fucking kill him. And then it ends with Joker, with Bruce having absolute proof that it was Jason under that mask. And I don't know if they even fight. I'm going to check this in a second because I got it right there. Oh fuck. Oh, are you serious? But, like, the fucking wasted... Oh, fuck off. Are you serious? Wasted potential... Hang on, let me check this. There's the Amazo fight. Black Mask. Nightwing. Oh, Mr. Freeze turns up for it. Is Mr. Freeze in the film?
I don't think so, no. Unless there was, like, a throw a line or something, or he showed up for a. How long? How many panels is he in the book?
Well, he's in a whole like boss fight section, like
Oh
a kind
yeah,
of
he was definitely not in the movie as much.
yeah. So in the book, about halfway through, Jason just goes to the Joker, who's just like sitting there, not smiling, and then Red Hood beats him with a crowbar, and then takes his mask off to show the audience that it's Jason, but Batman's not there. Yeah, Batman then goes to various cities to ask Green Arrow about coming back from the dead. He asks Superman. Jason stabs one of Batman's allies. Oh, they do have a fight. Okay, they do have that fight with the garbage cannon stuff. Although I don't think he doesn't. No, yeah, he unmasks. They talk. Oh, Jason cuts a bit of his just puts a bit of blood on one of Batman's batarangs so he can confirm unequivocally that it is Jason from DNA, and then disappears by exploding his helmet. And that's the end of the book after Batman confirms it with DNA in the Batcave and then looks at the Robin thing. And that's the end of the book. Joker's not involved at all.
Huh.
I think it adds so much.
So he killed him.
No, wait, who killed him?
So when you say he's not involved, you just mean he's not involved. You don't mean
he's just no. Jason beats him with a crowbar. He's bleeding on the ground, but he's not dead.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why I've chosen the hardest of these bloody tank things to do. Is it the hardest? I think it's the hardest. The other high difficulty ones are all located in areas with a lot of places to hide. This is just such an open space.
Oh yes, but wait. After that long sidetrack, let me get back to where I was, which was, funnily enough, first scene. So yeah, and I was mentioning how sinister and evil and, quite scary John DiMaggio's take on the Joker is, and how he really sold me on, a Joker that I would really, really not like to bump into in a dark alleyway.
Is there any Joker that you'd like to meet in a dark alleyway?
Yeah, not that I'd like to meet any Joker in a dark alleyway, but if you said I had to meet one, he'd be probably at the bottom of my list.
What about the Lego Joker?
Lego Joker, I'd be fine with bumping into in a dark alleyway.
Oh fuck!
He might kill me or something, but he'd at least be funny.
Oh fuck's sake, man!
What a bad take. But
no, fucking this bloody tank thing. I don't even get to kill Slade.
You don't get to fight Slade?
Oh, you get to fight Slade's tank.
Oh, okay. A final boss for the Bat Tank, eh?
Yeah, but, while in Arkham Origins has a fucking amazing boss fight against Slade, hand to hand.
Yeah, hand to hand. Who needs hand to hand against one of the world's greatest assassins,
Or, sword to fucking, gauntlet, I guess.
Anyway, so, having come off of this game...
I can't believe you didn't like Year One. Your taste is weird.
Well, I liked it. We both liked it.
I think your little brother is a bad influence. I did so much damage.
We definitely did both like it. It was just especially from my POV having seen Batman Begins. Yeah, point of view.
No, I know. I've never heard someone say POV. I've always heard POV.
Oh yeah. People do say POV, don't they?
POV.
But like, you could pronounce POV.
No. Are you one of those people who say kex?
Kex, as in like trousers, or like
CEX?
Oh, that. I mean, it's CEX, isn't it?
Yeah. But although they say sex on their own ads, which is even fucking wilder. Or it's possibly so it just stays in your head.
I guess so.
You're gonna remember an ad for fucking sex, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't get away from these fuckers.
I acronym some things, but like, you know, if I'm saying www, I'm not saying www.com. Or like, MCU, I don't say McCoo.
McCoo? You.
But POV looks like a word to me. Well, maybe not looks like a word, but looks like it doesn't sound too bad as a word.
Yeah.
Anyway, sidetrack on the sidetrack was that, you know, having seen Batman Begins, one thing I was expecting to see was how he assembles the suit and how he gets his gadgets together. Which, yeah, that wasn't in it, but I mean, it was still good. Especially the ending. The ending was good.
Bradley's advice for year one: more fashion.
More fashion.
More trying stuff on.
Let me see where Batman shops.
Get that man a tailor. It's.
How am I supposed to steal his look if I don't know each part of his look? You feel me?
It's just fabric. It's like fabric with fucking bulletproof vest underneath it the first time.
Yes. Yeah.
I do like that bit where the dirty cops shoot through his cape and they think it's like wings that just went through, and the bullets just went through his wings without him even reacting.
Yeah.
I think those dirty cops might have been getting a little bit high on their own supply.
Yeah. The ending with him saving James Gordon's son.
Yes. FYI, everyone's gonna be wishing he hasn't in a couple years.
What?
James Gordon Jr. is a fucking serial-killing psychopath and one of Barbara's main villains. And it's always the worst because he fucking knows who she is, knows she's Batgirl, and she always has that thing of, this is my brother. And then it's always like, you know, and Jim's like, you've got to give him another chance. And he's like, no, don't give him another chance. Throw him off a fucking bridge. And then Barbara does, and Jim gets all pissed at her for it. The number of times her brother has fallen off a bridge and not died is fucking ridiculous.
So, James Gordon Jr.
It's more than twice, I'll tell you that.
Wow. Is that including him falling off in year one?
That's the first time. 2 more times he's fallen off bridges and then come back.
So, yeah, funny thing was, neither of us knew about James Gordon Jr. So we were thinking, oh, his wife is. Oh, it's gonna be Barbara.
Wait, you didn't know there was another Gordon child? Yeah,
didn't know there was another Gordon child. So when he came out with that line about, he said something about how he's got a, you know, he was having an inner monologue about how he needs to protect his wife and his son. So he wants it to be a boy, and he like mentally mentions that they don't know whether it's a boy or a girl yet, and me and my brother were just like chuckling to ourselves like, I see what you did there, because it's actually going to be Barbara Gordon. And then it was like, wait, it's actually... Wait, he's actually had a son?
Yep.
We were so shocked. It's amazing what you can get shocked by
The women were too shocked to speak.
It's like we approximately know some canon. So like when
Yeah,
the
thing that I can really fault the Gordons for is the most fucking unimaginative names of all time.
Wait, hold on a second, you're right.
James Gordon Jr. and Barbara Gordon. Both named after their father and mother, James Gordon and Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, that is,
It's like, really?
Well...
Ah, thank fuck for that. I had to do the old cheaty and grabbed a little bit more health, but fuck it.
Now what was... Oh. How did we get back to year one? I was thinking... Well, I was supposed to be talking about Under the Red Hood.
You know, Jason's an emo. He does stuff.
Yeah. Jason's an emo. He does stuff. He shot people and put their heads in a bag.
Yeah.
It's funny, I jokingly said...
What did you think of Neil Patrick Harris as Nightwing?
I don't know.
Okay, I think Bradley just climaxed and then died, according to that noise and cutout.
I didn't think the voice fit particularly well. His delivery of the lines was good. Yeah, the acting was on point, but I don't know. I felt like his voice would have better suited like Superman maybe or something like that.
I mean, he was Spider-Man once, and that fit. I don't really remember. I don't think he's got the same gravitas as some of the other Nightwing actors. He's got more of that kind of boyish charm that Nightwing has.
Yes, but he was great in that movie. He was great. He had all of the best witty lines, and you know, stuff like, "Can you for once just say get in the car?" That was a great sequence with him just silently walking over to the damn Batmobile, getting in, and just waiting for Nightwing to notice. He didn't even start the car up, did he? Or
no,
he did,
he just sits there in silence.
Yeah. But yeah, the fight scenes with them, incredible. The Amazo fight, great, loved that. They blew his head off. But he is a robot, right? Not an android, right?
What? That thing that...
Well, I suppose even then you can probably... It doesn't have to be in the head, like all the important stuff, I guess. Then again, he would be moving it. I'm overthinking this.
I'm confused as to what you're even fucking going on about, mate.
Oh, I'm just questioning if he's, you know, sentient or if he's like...
No, he's just a... He's just an...
Oh,
he's
thank God for that.
just a droid.
Well, good. No moral quandaries for destroying a slightly more humanoid-looking machine gun turret. Because when they exploded his head, we were like, "Oh God, they exploded his head! What if he can think?
What if he can feel?"
Yeah, oh, that's what we were saying. Yeah, so, because this game doesn't, this game just has Joker say, it has Jason Todd come back and Joker's like, "Oh yeah, I know I said I killed him, I just lied." So, I was kind of thinking that I was kind of thinking that that Batman wouldn't find the body, and then he picks up the body, and I was like, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, but of course Red Hood comes back, he shoots some crime bosses in the head and then puts their heads in... Oh no, wait, it was some lieutenants. And then he put their heads in a bag and then stuck the bag in front of the crime bosses and said, now you work for me. All very good stuff. Maybe it's just because you don't get to see too much of him in this game, but I really liked Red Hood in the movie. Like, how gun happy he was as well was, I don't know, it sets him apart rather nicely.
Yes. Oh fuck, I forgot this one.
And just how smart he is and how on top of everyone else he was. That'd be you haven't lost your touch, Bruce scene.
Yeah, where he slowly decodes.
I really liked that. The bit where he's
I think Alfred's reaction where he drops the thing is...
the plate, he was like, no way!
I think it's just it's just the shock, isn't it? It's like, you know... Like, Alfred is so close with those kids.
Yeah.
I don't think he's saying no way. I think he's saying please no.
Yeah. I can see that.
You know, imagine what you know, you're the man that you raised who adopted you know, children to fill the empty void in his own heart and has lost one of them. To then find out that one of them's not only come back, but is now also, you know, a supervillain.
Yes. And how he gets up from the chair and everything, and like, just funnily enough, we like to have the subtitles on. Because sometimes we like to, you know...
You like to watch it with Japanese dub.
Exactly. But we like to, you know, if in case we miss something. And
I don't understand people who put subtitles on. Do you not just get distracted?
Well, I use them because I don't like mishearing things and then not knowing what's going on, personally. I mean, there is like the tendency to just look at the subtitles whenever they pop up because, you know, human nature, something pops up.
Yeah, especially... Oh, fuck off. No way that hit me.
But, especially funnily enough, for quite a while, pretty much all the Arrowverse stuff, we've been had the subtitles on for it, and the
I imagine that makes Oliver quite discernible at times when he's grumbling.
As we say, as we put them on, it's just a ritual to say mumbling Americans as you put on the subtitles.
Fair enough.
On the grounds that we need to have these subtitles on because these people mumble and they are not in our dialect and we cannot understand them when they mumble.
Have you ever seen a Stallone film? Jesus Christ.
Mumblers?
No, as in one man mumbles.
Stallone, as in
Sylvester
Stallone. Yes, I have seen... This is the only thing that springs to mind that I've seen him in. Spy Kids 3.
You've seen the Suicide Squad?
He was in Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad.
Was he in the Suicide Squad?
King Shark.
Oh god, he was King Shark! Oh my god.
His last role.
Oh my god, I forgot about King Shark.
Although he was actually quite discernible in that because he was doing a silly voice
Yeah,
rather than his normal, like, grumble.
King Shark was great in that film. That was such a step up from No
Hmm.
Suicide Squad without the.
No, the.
I still don't know why they did that. It's still set in the same universe, so would a two not have, been helpful or appreciated in any way, shape, or form?
Nah. It's like Batman. It's just got to add the and suddenly it's a wholly different thing. Oh, these fucking things. I hate those fucking things. Ah, da, 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 da. Oh, why did I leave all of the worst fucking missions to the end?
Because you didn't want to do them earlier on.
Well, no, but I mean, I should have done them when I was in my heyday. Anyway,
Yes.
more under the hood.
Under the Hood, yes. Black Mask was really good in this film.
Yes.
I actually really liked him as like a, kind of bigger, scarier crime boss than just your normal crime boss.
Mm.
And the whole thing about him feuding with Red Hood, and then the reveal later that he was feuding with him so that he'd get desperate and break out Joker.
Yeah.
I thought, God, what a plan! Like, this is the only guy capable of breaking Joker out, so I need to.
That's like a Batman, that's something Batman would do.
Yeah, and I just really liked it as a twist. Well, maybe not a twist, but like a. Well, I guess it is a twist, actually. Other highlights include that fight against those four guys. That bit where he kills one of them and Bruce is like, "You didn't need to kill him." And he was like, "Yeah." Like, Jason is so trigger happy, but it's... I don't know, he definitely gave off... He definitely felt a bit, to me, he gives off Punisher vibes a bit. At least in a similar motivation of this person needs to die, the law can't touch them, I'm gonna do it myself. Final confrontation, of course, between him and Batman. Excellent fight scene and very emotional ending bit. And the bit where Batman says his thing about how if it's not because he doesn't want to or because he thinks he's taking the high road, it's because he thinks if he were to take that first kill, he'd never be able to come back from it. It'd just get easier for him to break the rule. And yeah, he still refuses. Jason gets away. It was altogether a very good experience. And there were a lot of, rogues from the gallery to interact with and fight against. Nightwing showing up was very nice. Yeah, I'd say that was some good. That was a good film.
Good film.
Yeah, good film. Good film. Oh. So let me get out that let me get out the old tier listy thing in the, because let's see made it. Got to rank C on the tier list. What if?
Oh.
C tier. What if? So was that on mine or on yours?
What's the category say?
The category.
What's the? Is it? Oh, is it just called C?
I was just looking at your note and it says we got to rank C on the tier list. What if when the footage cut?
Oh, right. So when we were what we were discussing before your audio went was we were discussing when the footage is brought up. Well, you were doing like a comparison between both mine and yours at that point.
Ah, right. Okay.
I believe, and then
I did put it at C tier. No, wait, not C. It must have been you that put it at C.
Or maybe. Oh no, because my mum hadn't watched that, so I think we were just kind of like dropping in little little things about where my mum had put stuff. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's no good, is it?
Eternals, I understand. One million special elements. Loki, I understand. Thor Dark World, I understand. But how can you put... How the heck do you put Shang-Chi in the bottom tier alongside Eternals?
You know, people have different tastes.
I mean, I guess so.
I hate that it keeps forcing me back into third person. I fucking hate driving the races in third person. It's really fucking confusing.
Yeah, Shang-Chi though. I mean, needless to say, I like that. I put it quite high on my list.
But no, yeah, so we got to I think basically you were just going through my list and your list and comparing them. So I think of the and we just spoken on what if, or we were just about to talk about. We were starting to talk about what if.
Yeah.
I think it's just a thoroughly mixed bag, isn't it? What if? What if?
It really is, because, like we may have said at the time, some of the episodes are really good,
Yeah.
and then some of them are just like, well, that was something I watched.
Yeah, so you're because mine and yours are actually right next to each other, so that makes it easier, because it's the Jesus No and Yet to Watch. But at least makes somewhat doable. I mean, what of the what if episodes do you think are the best? Because I'd say I'd say the what if we lost the Avengers? I quite like the Doctor Strange one. The Thor one, where nothing really bad happens until the very end, was quite fun. Nice to have a light one.
Yeah.
Didn't Darcy get married to Howard the Duck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was pretty good. Captain Carter, like the first Captain America, the first Avenger film, is a real mixed bag, where it starts off great, and then she starts like fighting fucking kaiju and stuff, and I'm just like, what? And then doesn't she get like dragged through time that way via kaiju portal rather than the old frozen in the ice for 70 years? I don't know what it is about the Marvel, like, what if universes and having female Captain Americas dragged through time by alien creatures. Because that happened in Spider-Gwen's universe as well, to the Samantha Wilson Captain America. Oh, and then we've got after What If. Hang on. There's the Star-Lord one. T'Challa became Star-Lord.
Yeah.
What did you think of that one, actually?
I forgot it, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
I feel like I mean, what actually happened in it? I mean, granted, he was there and then... Okay, so... he convinced Thanos that there was a better way,
Yes.
and that is like the only thing I can remember from this, funnily enough.
Gamora had a wig or hair for some reason. Not Gamora, Nebula.
Nebula had hair.
Nebula had hair.
Nebula had hair.
Like a nice blonde wig.
Hmm. I am trying to read through what happened in it. They fought the Collector? Did they fight the Collector? And
They might have done. I remember there being a big armory. I feel like they did fight the Collector, yeah. That sounds right. Wasn't Yondu a bad guy?
Yondu may have been a bad guy, I guess. It's so weird because most of the rest of them I can really envision, some stuff that happened in them. I mean, okay, Captain Carter was the first Avenger. Yeah, sure, I remember that one. The world lost its mightiest heroes, so yeah, that's the one where Hank Pym, just decides to kill everyone.
Yeah. Hope! It's all about hope!
Then we got, what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? Yeah, of course, everyone
That one
knows,
was fucking savage.
Yeah. And then it followed up with another savage one, what if zombies?
Yeah, that one was... I didn't like that one.
It was kind of, depressing, yeah. It was just like, the fact that the end had to...
Also, they were just normal zombies.
Like, it was bleak all the way through, and then it was still bleak at the end. Because there wasn't a ray of hope that I was expecting.
There was some hope.
What doesn't he end up going to, like, Wakanda, and then like zombie Thanos is there or something?
That doesn't sound right.
Oh, maybe I've misremembered the ending then. Anyway, the one after that, what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? That was a much more...
That was bleak as well, fucking hell.
That is true. God, why did they do so many bleak ones back to back?
Good question.
And then 7, the next one is Thor, what if Thor
Yeah,
was
because
an
he
only child?
fucking...
That
Didn't
one
he
was nice and
melt
true.
Rhodey in his iron suit? Stabbed Tony with a Wakandan spear. T'Challa, he like fucking killed him horribly as well, using like the vibranium sonic claw things. And then Shuri and T'Challa's fuck. What's the Queen's name? Well, they were gonna fight him, weren't they?
Yeah.
But well, I mean, it looks like, you know, he got dragged to be on the Watcher's Suicide Squad before that could happen.
That is an appropriate name. Yes. And then, you know, what if Ultron won? And then what if the Watcher broke his oath? Which was kind of a two-part.
Yeah. The what if the Watcher, like, what was the one where he fucking fought him through the universe? That was like...
was definitely in the end.
Was that the last episode, or was that the penultimate? Because I remember him fighting them and then, like, bringing that team together. I don't know if I remember that happening in the same one. Oh no, the one he fights. Ultron is the one where Ultron won, where he takes over the universe.
Yeah.
Where he, yeah. And Widow's the only one who survives. Ah. There it is. I couldn't think of how to break this guy out of the ice. You can't do a ground ice smash takedown. It sucks.
Yeah, but that's the problem with What If. It's some of it's good, some of it's bad. It's very really hard to rank anyway.
Yeah.
So like,
so I think putting it somewhat in the middle is a reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable middle ground. I can't fucking talk tonight.
Middle ground. Because I mean, one thing that it's up until the end, it's very episodic. Like it's just one plot and then that plot's over. And sure, the characters come back at the end, but like you didn't know that. If that makes any sense. It's like it's if not for the finale, then those stories and characters.
And there was a deleted episode.
What were they going to do with it?
Well, there was like Gamora who beat Thanos and was wearing his armor, and she was in the last episode, but her introduction episode wasn't made.
Oh, what? Wow, I have forgotten so much about What If.
Oh, it's easy to miss because it's just like, oh, one of the people he finds is like Tony, who's made like an armor with Asgardian stuff, I think. And the other, and Gamora's standing there with Thanos' like weird spinny blade thing. There's a weird house around here. There it is, there it is. No, it's not. That's not it, it's this. Bradley, get a look at this. Get a look at this window. Get a load of this old window.
Look at this window.
What the fuck? Did I not have enough speed? What? What the fuck? What the fuck?
too slow to break through that window.
Oh, are you kidding me? I did a tiny bit of damage to the bottom, but it was like, no, you're not going through the window. You have to fall out, and then you can climb. Then I could grapple back in. But all that just one fucking Riddler trophy.
God. Riddler trophies. Woo.
Wait, what? Wow, okay. The explosive gel reacts very weirdly to glass. Anyway,
Oh, yes. So, I don't think last time last time I hadn't seen, and this is going on to CW for a bit.
yes.
The crossover happened.
Oh yeah, you were telling me how daunted you were for said crossover. No, you messaged me actually. No, last time we were on stream, you were like, I think I'm going. Well, it looks like I've got Flash episode that, and then it's an Arrow titled Invasion, and Legends of Tomorrow Invasion, and Flash Invasion, and Supergirl Invasion, and then you were like, so I think it's crossover time, baby.
Yeah, I probably did say it like that as well. Yeah,
you definitely said it like that. I listened to it the other day, but. I think my favourite thing was just getting a message from you in the midweek saying there are too many fucking characters, man.
Yeah.
I think I just asked you how you were doing, and you were just like, there are too many fucking characters. And I was like, okay. Bradley's doing well.
But the weirdest part was because, like, so the crossover went Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And except that, so the Legends of Tomorrow bit was like the last bit. Okay, fair enough, cool, great, fine. But it doesn't end with the Legends. It ends with Barry and Oliver, having a drink in a bar.
Right.
And, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was a Legends episode. And, it does a fade. They clink their glasses together. It zooms out, fades out. Like, what a nice ending to the crossover. And then it starts playing the Legends of Tomorrow credits theme. And I was like, oh, God, yeah, it was the Legends of Tomorrow episode.
That is kind of weird. Yeah, I can see why that would be like. I think it was really weird when they first started doing those crossovers for me, especially because I was only watching Arrow and then I was watching Flash, but I just binged one of the shows.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest thing was when it hit you with when you thought you were watching an Arrow episode and the Flash title sequence came up.
Yeah.
Or I think that first crossover actually they did, where they're just fighting, isn't he Captain Boomerang or something? It's
something like that.
And I've just realised how funny that is, because in season 9 they've just introduced another Captain Boomerang, and Flash is acting like that he hasn't met one before. Maybe because he didn't have the wacky costume in the original series, and he wasn't probably calling himself Captain Boomerang. But if you've got the shtick, whatever. But no, I think the first time it happened, it did a weird mashup. It did an arrow flying, and then it was struck by lightning or something.
Mm.
It did a weird mashup that first time. You
Yes, but what I
tell
was
me
gonna say
more
was-
about Invasion.
Yeah, so the punchline to that is that Supergirl's episode was clearly like about Supergirl. Flash's episode was clearly focused on Flash. The Arrow episode was clearly an Arrow episode that focused on Oliver. And then the DC Legends of Tomorrow episode was
Also about
the
Oliver.
last part. Yeah, it was also about Oliver, a little bit about Barry as well.
You hate to see it. Oh, and I've been shot.
I mean, I guess they did use the Wave Rider in that one, so there's that.
What is a Wave Rider?
That's the ship, the time ship they use.
Oh. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
It's been a long ride. Yeah, it all starts off with. I mean, technically.
Is that
There's
the
a
one where some of them
Supergirl
get kidnapped to an alien ship?
Yeah. And then they get stuck in a dream world. But like with the Supergirl part, I mean, it wasn't even called an Invasion. It was called Medusa, and it's allegedly part of the crossover. And I guess technically it kind of is because Barry does show up at the end with Cisco. But it's just at the end. Like, it was mostly just a Supergirl episode that ends with, "Oh, we're going to cross over the next time." But in that one, there was...
Enjoy that when it comes.
Yeah. But in this episode of Supergirl, there was a bioweapon that the Kryptonians made that kills anything that isn't Kryptonian. And someone managed to get a hold of it and rewire it into something that kills everything but humans. And then like
Did their initials start with have an L and an L?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds rather likely. Yeah, it was an L and an L.
But I'm guessing not Lex.
Not Lex. No. But in this case, it was Lillian Luthor, but yeah.
Oh, the mother you told me before did something weird to John Johns.
Yes, yeah. But in this one, so she wants to use Medusa to kill everything that isn't human. Supergirl and the DEO want to stop that, of course. Weirdly enough, it still doesn't seem to affect Kryptonians, but...
Wait. So there was a weapon designed to kill anything but Kryptonians. It was then rewired to kill just Kryptonian, or anything but humans, and Kryptonians seem to just walk off scot-free despite that.
Yeah, I mean, because they do say that, oh, Kara's going to be fine from it. Why is Kara going to be fine from it? She banks. She quite clearly banks on being immune to it, despite the fact that it's been rewired to target everyone but humans now. But I mean, regardless of that, the plot line of Jean having being turned into a white Martian reaches its zenith here as he turns into a white Martian.
Oh my god.
Which was helpful in the last bit of the fight. Because he was all big and strong and he, beat up Hank Henshaw and all of that.
So wait, who is the main villain of this event? Was it Hank Henshaw?
It was the Dominators, because this is still just basically Supergirl episode stuff. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Supergirl, Kara was having a dinner with her friends, and then a breach shows up over the table, and then it closes. and then like sometime later in the episode, another breach shows up and then closes. But then at the end of the episode, a breach shows up and Barry and Cisco jump through and they're like, "Hey, can we get some help, like with this problem?" And she's like, "Sure, who are we fighting?" That's when it's like next time on. But yeah, Supergirl and Jean successfully beat up Lillian. Lena pretends to be evil to Lillian and says, "Yes, let's kill all of those aliens," but then it turns out she was actually just setting her up so that Supergirl could come over and arrest her and stuff, which was nice, because I was kind of thinking Lena would just turn evil, but
tale as old as time. I feel like all of these references as jokes is just completely going over your head tonight.
Oh, come on, that's Beauty and the Beast.
I know, but there was just no response.
I wanted to come up with something witty, but then I couldn't, so I just kind of didn't say anything.
He's shaking his ice ass at me, dude. Get him down.
Oh my goodness!
Get him down to the iceberg lounge. He's got something to show off.
Yo!
Oh my god, talking about that, fucking hell, I can't wait to show you the stupidest but greatest side mission in all of Gotham Knights. It involves a stripper bowl.
Of course it does.
Thankfully, they didn't, you know, it wasn't as if it was part of this Arkham series, because otherwise it probably would have involved Barbara somehow. Knowing the way this series treats women. Fucking hell, sorry. Gonna see. That's definitely a war crime of some kind, what I just did to that guy. Froze him and then,
Oh my goodness.
Let's just say I superheated.
Yeah. That'll do. This is one of those times where Alfred is totally lying through the mask.
Yeah. That man was cocooned in ice. That level of force probably would have shattered the man. I think he's fucking dead, man. I think he's fucking dead.
He's dead. But, the weirdest part is probably how, they casually just, because Mon-El gets infected by the bioweapon. And
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
From before I started watching the Arrowverse stuff, Supergirl was possibly the one I heard the most about. And that wasn't like criticism of the actual show, it wasn't like anything like that, it was just the fact that I was on Tumblr at the time, and everyone fucking hated Mon-El because he was stopping Supergirl and Lena Luthor from getting together. And that was all I knew about the Supergirl show, and that was all I know about the CW verse for years. Was that... Yeah. Actually, no, I had a mate who was obsessed with Arrow, actually, so he just basically kept telling me that they've just stolen another villain from Batman. Oh, and then Tumblr was telling me that Mon-El was a piece of shit, and he should get out of the way so that, Kara could...
And Lena can be together.
Yeah. But what was always concerned me was that I'm fairly sure El isn't he like her cousin or something? Also the fact that he's Superboy, again, normally Superboy's related to Kara. So it was like the fact that they were shipping, the show was like, oh yeah, these two are dating. I was like, that's her cousin, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't know why they didn't name him something different. Like, having him being called Mon-El is really a problem. Not just from that, but like from the standpoint of the consistency of the show itself.
Yeah.
He is not even Kryptonian.
What?
He's not even Kryptonian in Supergirl. He is this other species called a Daxamite, which is pretty much a Kryptonian, but they were on a different planet.
Oh, what the fuck?
So they've got basically all the same powers and everything. but they're not even the same species, technically, or something.
So wait, he's got the powers of Kryptonian, but he isn't a Kryptonian.
He isn't a Kryptonian. No.
That feels like a massive fucking cop-out. Is he powered by the sun? Like...
Well, I mean, they say that the planets were like the Kryptonians and the Daxamites evidently didn't like each other very much, and they like warred a couple of times and stuff.
Oh, so were they like sister planets or something then?
Yeah, sister planets, that kind of thing. But yeah, they're functionally identical, it would seem. Oh yeah, so he gets infected by the bioweapon, and so Kara brings her adopted mother in. That is not you know, her Kryptonian mother, but her human mother. But she's a you know, what does she say? Astrobiologist.
Does she work for the big government agency?
I don't know. It didn't seem like she's with the DEO, I will admit.
Because I only know... What's her name?
I'll double check that. Eliza.
Right, because there's a in the Supergirl Rebirth books, she had like strikes a deal with the DEO, and for them to basically help her create a legitimate fake, you know, human personality, because obviously she arrived as a teenager. And so there's no kind of like evidence of her existing, and so she wouldn't be able to, you know, get a job, go to school, any of that shit.
Yeah.
While, you know, the Kents just say, "Oh, we've had a baby."
Yeah.
Also, like, Martha was pregnant, but she lost the baby. Tragically, like a month or a couple of weeks before Clark fell out of the sky. So I think they just covered that up and said, "Nope, our baby."
Yep.
So it literally, you know, it was easy for them to, you know, give Clark a, you know, but obviously Kara didn't have that, and so the DEO say, "Hey, come and work for us as a superhero and consultant, and we'll set you up with a normal life, and we'll also give you these foster parents who are our like two top agents who are in love but totally weren't supposed to be in love, but now we can give them an assignment where they can get to be in love, and stuff." And her they're quite young. I think they're in their 20s or early 30s. Yeah, I think late 20s actually. But they fucking kick ass. I really like Supergirl's adopted mum in the comic. She's just totally down for everything, while the dad's always being like, "No, Kara, please don't, like, you know, you can't." And she's just like, "Fuck them up, fuck up the bullies." And at one point, Kara's like, "I need to go to space to find this out. I've got a distress signal. It might be my mum." And the dad's like, "That doesn't sound possible." And I don't know if it's Eliza in the comics. I don't see any reason why not to. Why it wouldn't be. You know, I think the Supergirl TV show came out first. You know, so I think Supergirl. Well, because you know, these were new characters, I think. So for Supergirl Rebirth, they introduced, you know, these characters. I don't know if she even had a fake. I might be totally talking out my ass. I can't remember. I don't know if she had a. I'm not sure if she had a fake, you know, a civilian identity last name. I really can't remember. I wouldn't be surprised if she just like choosing Danvers randomly, and then later they gave it context in the Supergirl Rebirth series. They gave it context by saying, "Oh, it's the name of her adoptive foster parents." But no, so Eliza Danvers basically says, "I'm coming with you. Let's go to space and find out if it's really your mum." And she just does all this stuff. Like, she's just down to help Kara in all of this stuff, and she's a total badass. And then, in a fucking comics event where Kara's been off-world for a while, Kara comes back, the house has been destroyed, and her mum is supposedly dead, after having burnt all of their, like, family photographs and stuff. And her dad's, like, MIA. And then, and I called it, like, I was like, "Oh, this is really stupid if they have killed her off. Oh wait, hang on, she's just fought someone who totally kicked her ass, doesn't have powers but has some really cool technology and has their face covered but is definitely a woman. I wonder who that could be." And then, about an issue and a half later, it's like, "It's her mum!" Fake audience gasp. And then...
Dramatic reconstruction.
But then this never gets resolved.
Oh, what do you mean? Like,
well, she gets in a fight with her. You know, her adoptive dad joins the fight against her adoptive mum, who's like either joined or been brainwashed by this evil new scientist, like super agency cult that's destroyed all the other secret, you know, so DEO, Star Labs, everything's been destroyed and stolen by this one super thing called Leviathan. Or Checkmate, can't remember which. But yeah, I haven't found or read anything where her mum shows up again since.
Huh.
It's just, that was the end of the series. It's just, oh, her mum's dead. Psych! Her mum's alive. But she left, and that's it. It was just like, oh. Okay. But, yeah, so I don't know where that tangent came from, but I just wanted to say I really like Supergirl's adoptive mum as a DEO agent in the comic. She's really fucking cool. I think maybe it's more based off the sister in the show. I understand the sister's quite cool.
Yeah, she is.
So maybe in the show it's the sister, and then because I mean they're probably the same age, aren't they? If Supergirl's an adult in the show, and her sister's an adult, maybe that because they wanted to keep Supergirl younger in the comics, but they wanted to have that, you know, same kind of younger, quirky mum character.
Yes, but so in this, Eliza, she calls in Eliza to help with Mon-El because it's affected with the bioweapon, and she knows her stuff about biology, and she does successfully make a cure, and she also successfully rewires the bioweapon to attack white Martian cells.
Oh, great!
And gives it to Jean, and that makes him a green Martian again.
Oh!
And I was like, is that how it works? And I just thought, you know what?
I mean, they are shapeshifters, but this feels slightly... I was going to mention it last time, but it sounds... They're making a green Martian white, and the white Martians are supposedly the oppressed race of Mars. Does that not make McGann turning John into a white Martian a weird version of blackface?
Oh, in this show, the white Martians are the oppressors.
Oh, the oppressors, not the oppressed.
Yeah, the oppressors, yeah.
Oh, it's usually the other way around.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From what I know, it's the oppressed, the white. McGann mentions it in Young Justice, doesn't she? The white minority.
Yes.
Versus the green majority in that episode where they first go to school. But yeah, no. So so when you said last week that she turned John into a white Martian, I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a bit weird, but like, I'm glad that he was able to turn back, basically. It just felt like such an abrupt end to that story arc.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Like, he turns into a white Martian, so it's like, oh, damn, it's happened. And then, bam, next scene, he's back to normal. It's like, what? What? he isn't going to have to struggle with this for a while? Like, he's not going to have to be like, damn, I'm a white Martian now. This is terrible.
Do feel like sometimes they get their shock value out of the way, and then it's like, okay, back to the status quo.
Back to, yeah, exactly.
We have stories to tell in the old version.
We need to shock you some more.
Yeah.
We need to go back to normal so we can shock you again. But yeah, that's kind of how it ends. And then, like I said, we just get this clip of Barry and Cisco coming in, and then Kara comes into the room, and she's like, "Oh my God, Barry!" And Barry's like, "We need some help with some aliens," and she's like, "Sure, I'll help." And yeah, that's like it's so weird because it's like the crossover didn't happen there, even though it seems to be referred to as part of the crossover.
Oh wait, so it was just a normal episode of Supergirl?
Yeah, that was
until the end. That's really funny.
Normal character development, normal. We're doing the subplots, normal. Oh,
yeah.
Alex is going out with.
Yeah, because the normal crossover like story is, you know, the main plots of each series gets put on hold, except for minor conversations between the cast, where you know, Barry just asks how Oliver's doing, and he says, Felicity broke up with me again. And another one of my Black Canary themed friends has died. Another Lance down.
Another Lance down. One more Lance rejected.
I wonder if, like, River Song's gonna die off screen or something. I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah, so then it actually starts, and it's a Flash episode it starts with. And it does one of those cold opens, one of those... No, wait, that's not a cold open. I've forgotten the terminology, but it's one of those things where it starts in the middle of the action, then it does a flashback to how we got
circular
here.
narrative.
Circular narrative, that's it. So in this case, it's
You did a lambda.
It's been a while. I don't remember all the terminology.
I didn't do a lambda.
But he's
I did do a drama A level, but I mean it was just mostly just like writing a paragraph about about the reasoning that an actor would move their arms slightly.
That sounds riveting.
Yeah, that was my essays.
Damn.
I got good marks, surprisingly.
Oh, cool.
Except in my final exam, because fuck doing that under time conditions.
Yeah, time conditions, eh? What can you do? But Barry
not much, if you're me.
But Barry and Oliver are like getting attacked by people, and then the camera turns around, and oh my God, it's the rest of their teams attacking them, and also Supergirl. It cuts to, you know, like a day or two ago, and it's like, and there's a meteor, and Barry goes out to investigate, and then an alien comes out, and he goes back to the team, and they're like, Barry, you can't do this alone. And he's like, yeah, I know I can't do this alone, that's why I'm gonna go and get everyone I know to help. So he takes Cisco and goes to... and we see the Supergirl scene again, actually making that part completely superfluous, and meaning that you can understand all of the Supergirl parts of this of the crossover without watching any Supergirl. But yeah, he goes there. We see that scene again. Then he comes back and he goes to Oliver. Oliver's fighting some random vigilante person with guns, and he dupes him out of the way, and he says, "Hey, can I get some help with some aliens?" And Thea happens to be in the room, and she's like, "Yo, aliens! Let me suit back up."
Oh yeah, I forgot Fear's like weird obsession with aliens.
Yeah, because she's ostensibly retired from vigilanteism, but suits up because aliens.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, we should get Stein and the rest of the gang. You know, they call themselves the Legends." I was like, "Oh yeah, Legends, gonna be great." And I was like, "Oh wait, how are they gonna find them?" And then they just say, "Oh, we did a time beacon thing or something to tell them to show up at this hall at this time." So they did, and yeah, they did show up at that time. Groups all together and being like, "So what are we doing? We're gonna fight aliens." It's like, oh no, aliens. And that's why I brought this alien to help train us.
About how to fight aliens.
And they were like, "That doesn't look like an alien." And then she flies and, you know,
Lasers the sky.
lasers the floor, lasers her Supergirl logo into the floor. And they're like, "Okay." And Barry's made the leader of the team, and immediately needs Oliver's help with everything team leader related. Despite, I mean, I guess it's kind of an ensemble. Team Flash is kind of an ensemble, but he is kind of like the leader of Team Flash, kind of. Nah, actually, I wouldn't really say there's any one leader. There was when there was Wells, but in season 1, but then he turned out to be Thorn. But anyway,
Oh, you shit.
so they're all just chilling out, getting some crossovery goodness in, and then Jax and Stein are like, "Yo, that message from future Barry, we should talk to Barry about it." And then Oliver joins in because he wants to. And they're like, "Oh my god, you did Flashpoint and changed things?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did Flashpoint and changed things." And then Cisco also finds out, and he's like, "Yo, you should tell everyone, you jerk." Because
You no good raggle. You no good rubber.
Rassafrassin. Because you killed my brother, kind of, by doing Flashpoint. Everyone else deserves to know what changes you've made to their lives because of Flashpoint. And he's like, but right now, I mean, like, we're fighting aliens, bro. Like, what about, you know, the fact we're fighting aliens? Wouldn't dividing the team right now be a terrible problem? You're right. It would be a terrible problem. Hey, yo, everyone! Barry did Flashpoint and changed all of your lives! And I was like, God damn, Cisco, why did you have to tell everyone that he did Flashpoint and changed all of their lives? In a lot of ways for the worse. Like, Diggle gets really shaken up about the fact that
he used to have a...
he used to have a daughter instead of a son.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Did you realise something, or
I've
what?
just realised something. Fuck.
What?
Later seasons of Arrow are now technically Barry's fault. Fuck. Oh, that's fucking hysterical.
As regards...
I can't fucking tell you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But, yeah, so everyone but basically Oliver gets pissed off with Barry. I mean, the Legends get pissed off because their whole shtick is fixing time problems, and Barry made a time problem. How can we trust you, Barry? You're literally the kind of dude we fight against, even though, like, circumstances are kind of different. But, you know, drama and everything. So, like, of course, goes terribly, and Oliver's like, "Come on, guys, we got to fight aliens together. Let's try and stick together." And they're like, "Well, fine, we'll do it without you. You can stay here with Barry, and we'll go and fight the aliens. They kidnapped the president. We got to save the president." So Barry and Oliver are the only ones staying, and everyone else went off. And you see where this is going, because now these two are isolated from those guys. Surprise, surprise, it's a trap. The president isn't... Oh, wait, the president actually was the president, and they vaporize him.
Oops.
Yeah, the aliens actually vaporized the president, and I was really surprised that they went there. They're like, in a couple of episodes, I guess the vice president comes in and is like, "Hey, I am now the president." Which, God, I would be really shaken up by. I suppose that's not the kind of thing you can show to other people during an alien invasion, how shaken up you are by the president being vaporized. But anyway, the president's vaporized, and for good measure, while everyone's there, the aliens decide to whammy all of the heroes. Which I find just such a wonderful term, such a useful term to use. I mean, it's not that much faster than mind control, but it's snappy. I like it.
It's quirky, and they love their quirks.
They love their quirks. So everyone else has been mind controlled by the aliens, and then Barry and Oliver have to go and stop them. And meanwhile, Wally's been running really fast, and everyone in Team Flash has been like, "Oh, he's faster than Barry was at the time, but I don't think we should let him out onto the field, because what if he gets hurt?" So and he's like, I should go out onto the field. I'm ready to be a superhero." And they're like, "No, you're not ready. We need to test you some more. You need to train some more." And then, so Ollie and Barry are fighting the alien, the mind-controlled rest of the team. And Wally comes in clutch and, beats some people up for them and gets wrecked immediately after that. But, he gave them an opening. Basically, the plan boiled down to, there's going to be a mind control device somewhere. Let's destroy it. And then they realised that best way to destroy it is probably just to have Supergirl ram it, but she's currently mind controlled. So, Barry, why don't you piss her off enough that she follows you, and then, dodge out of the way of something, and then she'll blow up the machine by accident. Which is exactly what happens. Of course, by dodge out of the way, I mean he stood there and just wibble wobbled back and forth so that she flew through him.
Wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble.
Not the most dignified way of phrasing it, I suppose. But
it's accurate though, I guess.
Yeah. So then he breaks the mind control device, and everyone's like, "Wow, thanks, Barry. You're not that bad after all." And then everyone basically, like you said, gets teleported onto an alien spaceship. And that's Ray, Sarah, Diggle, Thea, and Ollie, all teleported onto an alien spaceship and stuck into a dream machine that puts them in the Matrix. And yeah, they that's kind of the end of the Flash episode. And then the Arrow episode is basically entirely just Ollie and the gang realizing they're in the Matrix and getting out of the Matrix.
Oh, I can't believe that worked. Sorry.
Which is the very short version of it. The long version of it is that Laurel's there as well. And Oliver has to come to terms with Laurel's death again, and also their parents are there, so they have to come to terms with their deaths again. And also all of the previous villains show up, like Damien Dark, Deathstroke, Malcolm Merlin, all come in to try and prevent them from leaving.
Hmm.
But they do, and they get out, and they get on a ship, and then the Wave Rider comes and picks them up, and they're like, and that's kind of the end of that episode. It's a very character centric one where it's focusing on the trauma that Team Arrow's gone through, especially like Oliver and Thea, and all of the shit that's happened to them over the course of the
Oh my god!
5 seasons they've been on so far. So there's not really much to talk about there. As regards the last one, which is the Legends of Tomorrow episode, they decide to take the fight to the aliens, which are called the Dominators, by the way. I forgot to mention.
No, you did mention that earlier.
Oh, cool.
He's so fucking pissed if I...
So here's the the Dominators, like, they realise that, like, Lila tells them that the Dominators attacked in the past once before. So they get on the Wave Rider and go back to the past so that they can kidnap an alien and ask them why they want to invade again, and also what their plans are and stuff. I'm not sure why, because that was in 1970, so, you know, like 50-ish years ago. I'm not sure why the aliens from 50 years ago would have the same, like, plans or anything. But anyway, they go back there, and the aliens are like, you guys have got metahumans, and metahumans are dangerous. And,
are they though?
Yeah, that's there so that all of the metahumans in the team can just, like, brutally look at the floor and say, like, what if we are dangerous? What if we are dangerous? Anyway, the totally not dangerous plan to kill all of the metahumans is to drop a nuke on Central City.
I mean, that is where they all come from for some reason. I feel like that's one thing that really gets in the way of, especially later seasons of all of those shows, is the fact that
metas all have to come from Central City.
Yeah, because, like, they don't have just naturally occurring metahumans like the original comics do. Like, normally they're like, you know, loads of, I think basically there's just latent meta powers in lots of people, and they just have to be activated.
Like the X gene.
Yeah. I mean, X gene normally gets activated at puberty or in certain instances of trauma, and yeah, it can kind of. There's lots of reasons, but the most common one is hitting puberty. But yeah, but the fact that it had to be the particle accelerator had to, you know, activate to get any and all metahumans, which meant that everyone who is ever going to be revealed to be a metahhuman had to be in Central City on that one night.
Yeah.
Is a little bit, you know, it's like when they introduce characters to Arrow who were, like, based in Metropolis or, you know, many other cities, and it's like, but how could they be a metahuman? They don't live in Central City. Oh, they were visiting their sister on the night, and they just happened to be stuck on a train.
At the time. What are the chances?
I know. It becomes a little bit silly the more times they go. The more times they say that doesn't make sense, and then it's like, oh no, it is.
Yes. So they want to drop a nuke. And Stein.
Is it a nuke that doesn't harm humans?
No, it totally does harm humans as
What
well.
the fuck?
It's a pretty shitty plan, but like, but that's why we're opposing the Dominators. You know, we wouldn't want the. I mean, we don't. This is the last episode of the crossover. We don't have time to delve into the.
We don't have time to think about logic.
We don't have time to think about logic or about moral quandaries, so no, the Dominators are going to nuke Central City and kill everyone in it.
And you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. So of course, the team, so Stein starts working with his newly created daughter from Flashpoint to
Wait, what?
Oh no, wait, not from Flashpoint. I mean, starting.
That just sounds like, you know, the whole, like, you know, people building a girlfriend robot, like in S.H.I.E.L.D. That just sounds like Stein built himself a daughter through science.
Yeah, he actually built himself a daughter through time travel. He told himself, because in one of the Legends episodes, he meets himself in the past and says,
Tells himself, hey, you should
pay
totally get busy with someone.
You need to pay more attention to your wife. You're such
You're such a dick.
You don't show our wife. I mean, your wife, how much we love her. You love her. You should appreciate her more.
And then suddenly he had a daughter.
Yeah. So he has so he has this daughter, and luckily for us, she's a scientist like him, and luckily for us, she's into nanotech, which luckily for us means she can make a nasty weapon to use against the Dominators.
Does it also mean she gets on with Ray Palmer quite well?
I would have thought so, but they didn't even meet.
Oh, is this a one-time daughter then?
Yeah, one-time daughter. Which is a weird way of phrasing it, but feels pretty accurate right now.
She doesn't show up again. I mean, I guess you haven't seen further than this crossover, but still.
So,
stop doing a fucking 360 scan!
She makes a weapon, everyone says, oh my god, we need to fight the Dominators, they're gonna do a thing. And, yeah, they start doing a thing. Everyone goes and fights some Dominators on a rooftop. Barry and Kara take the weapon, which is a little patch that you stick onto their neck to cause, quote, indescribable agony.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Barry's just getting on with war crimes now then?
Yeah! Felt a little bit
The paragon
like,
of love, everybody!
Is this okay? Should we really do that? That feels a bit nasty.
I feel like Arrow killing them is less...
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, Barry's down with torture. Why the fuck would you do a 360 scan now?
I guess the idea is once they leave, it'll deactivate, and then, you know, like, that'll be a warning to them. Don't come back, or we'll throw torture patches on you. Oh yeah. Also, the bomb gets dropped, but luckily, Sarah is on the Wave Rider, and she tractor beams it. Oh no, wait, it isn't Sarah. It's Cisco and Felicity, or is it? No, wait, Sarah was there. That's weird.
Is that the episode where Cisco keeps dropping the "Welcome to the Jungle"?
I don't think so, because I feel like I would have remembered that.
There's like a simulation, and he goes, "Welcome to the jungle, you're gonna die!" Like, and he just makes a massive meal out of it, and then it pans to Felicity, and she just says, "You're done." I haven't seen that come up in any episode I've watched, all I've watched is crossover. All I haven't watched is crossovers and Legends and Supergirl. But so I've seen every episode of The Flash and Arrow, so except the crossover one. So it must be a crossover. It must not be that one. I just thought, as you were saying, they were hanging out together, and I remember them doing a bit of training to fight aliens. Maybe that's a simulation that these two make up. I don't know.
That's a possibility. I may have forgotten it. That's always a possibility as well.
I don't know. As you said, it's quite a memorable. I've just seen it as in like a compilation of those two being silly.
They are very silly whenever they team up.
I like how he constantly gets dissed because he's like, who's the best hacker? And everyone in the room goes Felicity Smoke.
Felicity. Oh yeah, there was that other thing regarding Cisco I forgot to mention, because like I said, they went back in time to talk to an alien, and the alien was like, metas are dangerous, that's why we're attacking. But that alien also got attacked by some nasty soldier men people in suits, and so they all saved the alien, and the alien was like, "Thanks, guys." And then in the future, they were able, and by the future I mean present. In the present, they were able to talk to that alien again and be like, "Hey, can you like not?" And he was like, "Bro, I'm not in control of the army, man."
And just like that, Deathstroke is defeated. I wish I was kidding.
Wait, that's it?
Yep.
Oh, come on!
Did you see how easily I defeated his tank as well? I just did the fucking full secondary, let him get 2 shots in, and then fucking blasted him.
Yeah. Yeah, but he... Wait, where was I?
I love this dialogue that Batman's dropping as well. It's like, you cowardly bastard, you got me when my guard was dropped, and Batman just says, you shouldn't have dropped it. Great.
Yeah, so Cisco, like, has this revelation that, oh my god, I went back in time and I changed the future because we saved that alien. I did the same thing that Barry did. I should now be nice to him.
Character development through time travel.
Yeah.
If it works for Groundhog Day.
I should really watch that at some point.
Yes, you really should.
Where was I? Oh yeah, so then Jax and Stein fly over to the bomb and turn it into water, which is something I feel only makes sense if you actually see it at the. If you haven't been watching Legends of Tomorrow, that just comes out of left field. Like, they just turn the bomb into water.
Oh, it's because Firestorm can change elements, can't they?
That is true.
They can change individual elements within something, so if they change it enough. Bada bing, bada boom.
So they turned it into some water, and Barry and Kara got the rest of the torture patches on, and then all of the Dominators ran off, and they were like, "Yay, we did it! We did it!" So they go back to the hall and have a party. The vice president comes over, who is now the president, and she says, "Guys, you have saved the world from the aliens," and gives them all medals and stuff. And they have a party, and then they give Supergirl a...
I'm guessing they're all still in costume then, at this party, not revealing their secret identities to the Vice President.
Yeah.
That is really weird, but I'd watched all of Arrow and all of Flash, and it never came up that they met the President or Vice President. That's really funny to me.
Yeah, Cisco gives Supergirl a breach creator thingy.
Oh, so she can get back home easily.
Yeah, so she can get back home, and once she's there, she can go back to Earth 1 and see them whenever she wants. Just opening the door for more, communication between these series.
Yeah.
Because, of course, she's not on the same Earth. It's a little more awkward than just, oh, Central City's just over there, let's just call them. But regardless, she goes off. Barry and Oliver are like, wow, we fought aliens. Should we go to the pub? Yeah, let's go to the pub. And they have a drink, and yeah, that's it. And then the DC Legends of Tomorrow ending credits theme plays over the credits because it's a Legends of Tomorrow episode. And yeah, it was quite fun. It was a bit silly at times, but it was fun because the crossovers always are.
Oh no!
I'd say out of them, my least favorite was probably the Heroes Join Forces one, because that felt mostly like, instead of being a Flash and Arrow crossover, it felt more like a Legends of Tomorrow pilot. That wasn't a pilot.
Brad. I'm
Oh no!
I missed one breakable object in the rail thing right at the end, which means I have to go all the way down that
Oh,
elevator, all the way around here, and then the way you get out in the main story is Poison Ivy lifts you out. She can't do that anymore, so you have to drive all the
oh
way
God!
back, and then get lifted up the elevator again just for one fucking thing.
Oh, that's
It's
pain.
really annoying, but it isn't marked until afterwards. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, that's really fucking stupid.
Open.
Did you?
Open.
You haven't played any Last of Us since last time, have you? Because we did Wednesday Last of
Yeah,
Us, and then
yeah,
Thursday Therapy.
yeah.
So,
Which, I'm
damn.
very much looking forward to. God, it really does feel like I haven't played in ages now, even though it was yesterday in 1 week, so only 8 days. But yeah, tomorrow night I can play some.
Can you guess whose logo this belongs to?
So that would be. I'm gonna guess Red Hood.
Red Hood would be a good guess. He's got
Hey!
it.
What do I win? What do I win?
A warm fuzzy feeling.
Woo! What if the real prize was the warm fuzzy feeling we had along the way?
Oh, Jesus. Where's the fucking thing? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh god, that will never not be funny.
Somehow Scarecrow died.
It's like poor old Oscar Isaac, you know what I mean? Guy had to sit there and
That was his
say
first.
that.
Was that his first line of the film?
I mean, other than like, guys, we've got bad news. I think it was, yeah. Somehow Palpatine returned.
I still don't understand the logic of that Riddler trophy at all. I'm just not going to knock it because I got it first time.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't get it either. I thought that'd be one of those ones where you hit it and then it lights up the orthogonal ones around it.
Oh,
Or...
quite possibly, but I just fucking hit them at random and it seemed to work, so...
okay. I mean, I've seen that type of puzzle before, if it is that type of puzzle, but I don't know.
Not a fecking clue, mate. Doff?
God, it was so weird. When you said mate like that, I just remembered that for some reason I immediately thought of John Constantine.
I knew you were going to say John Constantine, yeah.
It's funny because
I am a British stereotype. Great.
I started playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh dear.
And I was like, God, the main character's voice sounds kind of familiar. It kind of sounds like,
yeah.
Nah, it couldn't be. And I looked up, I was like, no way!
Oh yes.
Now I can't think of him as anything but Pirate Constantine.
TB.
TB? Like what? Tuberculosis? Oh, yeah, I actually have watched another since then. I've seen some Arrow, and...
what happened in Arrow?
Yeah, wow. So, it was a bit of a darkest hour for our heroes. Because Evelyn decided to, reveal herself as the mole. And, you know, other characters found out, you know, like Curtis's husband, Paul, found out that Curtis was, well, a vigilante.
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. Flipping well breaks up with him over it.
Well, fuck you, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, the way he put it, it wasn't like the most unreasonable thing in the world, admittedly. But I was still like, damn, kick him while he's down, eh? He's like, I can't stay up every night wondering if that's the last time I'm ever gonna see you again.
I do remember there being a lot of kind of like, similar dramas, and it always kind of wore a bit thin, and you always kind of just felt like the other guy was being really unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, worry about them, but fuck it hell. You know, it's in a city that gets overrun by massive armies of drug-fueled nightmares every fucking year. I think it would be quite, respectable to find out your husband is a vigilante who can, A, fight quite well, defend, and keep you guys safe from all that.
Yeah.
And also, keep the city safe in one piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Yeah, so they think that so Oliver and the gang are like, oh, Claiborne, this Claiborne dude, this Justin Claiborne guy, he's got to be Prometheus, even though I totally killed him. So they think he is, and then it turns out it isn't. And they find out that he had an illegitimate child. And they're like, oh my god, it's his son. And yeah, that's as far as we've gone with the identity of Prometheus so far. It seems to be the case that he is Justin Claiborne's son. But if we've even seen this character yet, we wouldn't know. I'm still banking a bit on that Adrian Chase dude. But, I'm perfectly willing to accept that I am wrong if it turns out that I am. Yeah, oh, and like... So, Prometheus lures Ollie into this trap and, like, dresses up Felicity's boyfriend as him, as Prometheus, that is.
Oh, yeah.
Tapes a sword to his hand and puts a speaker on his chest so he can convince Oliver that he's Prometheus. It makes more sense in contect. Anyway,
No, I remember that actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oliver puts 3 arrows in the man's chest, and then it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, I've killed Felicity's boyfriend. And I thought, wow. Well, that's going to be hard to come back from. He goes there and says, I killed, like, what was his name? Billy or something? I killed Billy.
He watched this episode how long ago and he can't remember the poor fuck's name? Man. Poor maybe Billy.
Yeah, Billy, and she's like, oh no, I can't believe it.
And then she's like, well, I mean, fuck. Might as well get together now.
Prometheus is to blame for this, though, not you. And I was like, oh, right, okay. No, that's better than I was expecting.
Well, you find Felicity can be quite reasonable.
Yeah. And,
Do you remember what I said when you first mentioned that Felicity had a cop boyfriend?
I don't actually. Did you say something foreboding?
I said I hope he lives a full and exciting life.
Yes, I remember that now.
But I also said I can't for the life of me remember what the fuck happened to him, so...
Of course, in this case it was getting 3 arrows in his chest.
Yep.
Poor bastard. But,
Now, at this one I can't remember how it works either, because you make a full suit and it doesn't like it. You make the opposite, And it's like, nah. So that didn't work. Is there supposed to be an order to the? Oh, I've got 2 hearts. Is there
Also,
supposed to?
one of those is black. One of those hearts is black.
Yeah, it needs to be the other one. There it is.
Is it just
But it
all of
doesn't like
them?
that.
Ah.
Is there supposed to be a particular order?
Hmm.
Let me try and reverse it.
Not that I'm aware of.
So, red spade.
Oh, maybe there's some contextual clue around or something for
Oh,
the
for
order.
fuck. Contextual clues?
Oh, you could just brute force it, that's true.
Wait, hang on, there's... If the yellow's black, clubs and hearts on red... I can't be asked. Every other time I've done this, and I've done this a lot, I've just brute forced it. So,
Fair.
I'm just gonna keep switching them. No, it needs to be that. No, the other one.
Oh yeah,
That one.
Evelyn's standing there literally with Prometheus against like Arrow and everyone, and just and Arrow's like, Oliver's like, yo, what the fuck? Why are you working with this serial killer? And she's like, because you're not a hero, Oliver. You're a fraud. The city needs to be protected from you. I'm just sitting there thinking, in what world does that sound like a reasonable response? I don't like this vigilante because he used to be a serial killer, so I'm going to assist a serial killer in helping take him down. Not a big fan of this character, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Diggle gets you know, a call from his wife Lila. Oh no, they're attacking John, come help, and it turns out that it was like a trap, and it's the authorities, and they've come to like arrest him again, because I mean, technically speaking, he did break out of prison. He is kind of a wanted man.
Oh. Okay, what the fuck is the logic? It's too... Why the fuck is that too...
Diamond on each side, and then a spade, and then a heart.
I mean, Harley
Diamond,
Quinn obviously
spade.
took over this place, so I'm guessing it's her thing, but I really understand the significance of that. Hey, do you want to do this for me, because I'm too tired?
What is this?
You'll see from the... You get to read subtitles, Bradley.
Batman, it's time I went easy on you. This next riddle has been calibrated to offer a challenging comparable to a popular children's game. I call it Riddler Says. Oh, very unique and inventive name. Hit the switches that match the colour you see in the order you see them. Okay. The colours you see. Is this going to be one of those things where he's written okay. Blue, green, red, yellow. Blue, green, red, yellow, okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do this. I'm just gonna listen to what you say, so if you get it wrong, I get it wrong.
Okay, so fling one at the blue, then the one at the green, and then one at the red, and then one at the yellow. Boom. Why didn't you fall for it? How did you... Oh, of course you can't read. He's got jokes! Yellow, green, blue, yellow, red.
Oh, shit.
That yellow, green, blue, blue, red. Wait.
Ah, it was blue. Oops.
Oh, shit.
I thought you said red. Or I thought I heard red anyway.
Okay.
Yellow, green, blue, blue, red.
Yellow, green, blue, blue, yellow, red.
Oh, for fuck's sake, there was a second yellow! It shows me the full fucking thing again. I'm just gonna... What the... What? 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 It was yellow-green! I hate yellow-green!
Oh, did your first Batarang miss, maybe?
No, maybe my second one I aimed slightly too high and it locked onto blue at the last... I don't fucking know. I'll have to check that. I was aiming at green. I thought it hit... That's really weird. So it was yellow and then red again, was it?
Yellow. Yeah. So yellow, then green, then blue, then blue,
Okay, wow.
then yellow, then red.
The red just missed, but thankfully it didn't cancel it.
Oh my god.
No, it didn't go wrong, it just missed. Thankfully it didn't hit a different one, it just missed.
Okay.
So maybe my green was like the Batarang hit the blue or something. Alright, ready when you are, Bradley.
Okay. So that's gonna be green, blue, yellow, red.
Blue, yellow, red. Yep. What next?
Blue. Green. Blue, red, yellow, green.
Hey, you did it!
Woo!
Teamwork!
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You were the brains and I was the muscle.
Oh, I now know what it's like to be the guy in the chair.
Ah, very nice. Hey, wait, are you in a chair?
I'm not in a chair, but you know I'm.
What the fuck? How could you be the guy in the chair without a chair?
Right, I failed.
Everything has been a lie. You have failed this stream.
Oh. Should we call it death now? It's
9 o'clock? What are you on about? Quickly. I've got one room left to do at this place.
Ah, okay.
Tell me what you think of your mum's rankings.
I was surprised by some of them. Quite a few of them, actually. Let's see.
Oh, for fuck's sake, one's the other side of that wall. I'll have to go back to that.
One thing that surprised me, especially, was how low she put Jessica Jones. Like, usually a lot of people tend to put that on at the same tier as Daredevil and you know, Punisher and the like, but or at least close. But yeah, she put it really low, actually. Well, maybe not really low. It's in B tier, which is, you know, the kind of middle ground sort of thing. Let's see. Movie that most shocks me from her top tier list. Let's see. I guess those are all good. I guess I'd say Far From Home. So I found Far From Home and more middling.
Did she put that quite high then?
Yeah, she put that on in her top tier.
My mum put Far From Home really high as well, actually.
Oh. Huh.
I liked it, but that was because of the game-related reasons. But it's interesting that, yeah, both our mums really like that film.
Indeed.
I'm sure for their own reasons, as opposed to video game reasons like me.
Yeah, one of the ones that one of the spicier takes might be putting Black Panther 2 down in bottom tier.
Ooh.
I
Where'd you put
mean,
yours?
where did I put mine? Let me see.
This is where you find out you put yours in really low as well. And you
I
just
put
start
mine in the
awkward.
second bottom tier. Anyway, time to start backpedaling.
What the fuck? Where's this ruler truck? Oh, up.
Oh,
I always forget there's an up.
listen. the, Luke Cage is in the lowest tier, and
Miss Marvel's in the lowest tier. I think your mum has a problem with people of colour.
the she always turns up her nose at Luke Cage for the same reason whenever I ask her. It's because his his she describes it thusly: his power is just standing there.
That's cool!
Yeah, well, she makes it readily apparent that she likes the kung fu martial artsy choreography
Yeah.
of like Daredevil and the like. So his power is just standing there.
That's a fair point. She's not wrong.
Like, that's not how she phrases it exactly, but it's pretty close.
No, she's not wrong. I loved it when I saw online like a cop said he thought Luke Cage was a really dumb character, and someone replied to them, why? Because it's a black man who's bulletproof. And the cop went very quiet after that. Oh,
yeah.
good times. I mean, no, terrible times, but fucking hell.
One thing I was like sort of surprised with is how high she put Amazing Spider-Man 2, so Andrew Garfield 2.
That is, I'll still stick by it. That's a great fucking washing up movie.
Yeah, it's that ranking seemed to be mostly based on the final scene.
Oh yeah, that is a.
poignant.
Did you? Oh no, hang on. You don't watch movies. I was going to ask if you saw that film in cinemas because I went with a mate to see that film in the cinema, and we were so hyped because that was the end of every fucking trailer, was that shot, and it was like, oh my god, we're gonna finally see what happens in that fight scene. Cut to fucking credits.
Oh yes, that.
We were distraught.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? I mean, it makes a cool final shot, but why show the final shot in the trailer as a hype thing when it's the conclusion of the film? And
Yeah,
you
if
know
you're not gonna
that...
get to enjoy the hype, like in its real form, then why even put that there?
All good questions.
Yeah,
Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield are like fucking on it though for that entire film.
Totally. Damn, totally. One other thing that really surprised me about my mum's list is okay, she got Daredevil and Punisher next to each other, quite high on the list. Fair enough. That's seems pretty normal so far. Oh, Defenders is right next to it.
What?
The Defenders next.
Ask her about her opinion on Daredevil season 2, but not the good bit with the Punisher, the hand. I want to know what she thinks about the hand.
Yes,
We might have found the only person in the world who likes the Hand as a villain.
maybe it's all the Sigourney Weaver stuff. Maybe she's a big fan of Sigourney Weaver.
And what does she think of the Alien films?
Uh, for someone who really dislikes horror movies, she seems to like them quite a lot.
I think we've cracked it, lads. We've cracked the case. World's greatest detective over there. The guy not in the chair.
The guy not in the chair. Oh, please let me have a better epithet. For God's sake. Yeah, I mean, I understand Daredevil and Punisher being that high. I don't understand Daredevil being that high. Everything else is kind of, yeah, fair enough. With at least from my point of view, maybe the exception of having Doctor Strange 1 and 2 on the same tier.
Yeah.
Because 2 felt like a bit of a mess compared to 1.
No, definitely.
And then, damn, the Shang-Chi slander continues. As my boy gets put in the second lowest tier.
You really love that movie, and the world is telling you no. I think it's the first movie in Phase 4 that was like, oh, thank fuck, they can still do it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
beyond that, I don't know. How many have you rewatched it?
I haven't rewatched it. I haven't rewatched any of them, but
rewatch it.
Is it worse on a rewatch? Or is it better on a rewatch?
I think everything is better except the end. Well, not the end, but the end fight.
I did feel like that dragged a bit, admittedly.
Yeah, it drags even more. We're gonna have to leave it there because I fucked that Riddler trophy, and I don't think it's gonna reset unless I proper do a hard, reset. I'm gonna walk through this door and then quit the game, and hopefully next time I'll just start by correcting that. If I've now locked myself from being able to get that trophy and can't finish this game, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah.
Yes. I suppose that's it for now.
That's a good place to leave it, I think. Alright, next time it will be the Riddler Batmobile. With and me screaming into the ether while Bradley helps me with Riddler stuff. It's quite nice actually having you doing the puzzles because you actually get something out of them. I've done them so many times I just want to claw my own eyes out.
Yes.
Oh look, Bradley, I got for finishing this game, I got a clean suit. So you can have the battered suit with bullet holes and grime and all that shit on it, and his cape's all torn and stuff. Or you can have the nicely, freshly pressed, clean version.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. So you can have a immortal, unstoppable Batman.
Yeah, that is nice.
And then for getting for 240%, you get that, but with a golden bat emblem, and you can't use it.
What?
The only thing, you can use it, right? But by that point, you've done everything, and it doesn't carry over to a new save file. So you have to unlock it again. So the only thing you can use it on is challenge maps, and that's not really fun. Because you're not really, you're focusing on other stuff in challenge maps, not how cool your Batman looks.
The ever-present conundrum of, what? I didn't unlock anything for doing everything in the game? Versus, I've done everything in the game, and I've unlocked this thing. Wait, I haven't got anything to do with this thing I unlocked?
Well, that's what's good about the Spider-Man game, because they gave you a suit for 100%, but then once you unlocked it on your first save file, you had it on every subsequent save file.
So you can just play it.
Yeah.
Play a new game with it.
Yeah, you
and get
could
to
do a
enjoy
new
it.
game plus, and each new game plus you had all of your suits from the old one, rather than in this game, you unlock the final suit from the new game plus and can't create, and that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, don't like that very much. Okay,
Okay.
bye bye.
Bye.